Will you conceive your baby in the month of September? Welcome, my name is Beltoza and I communicate with the unborn. And there is an influx of spirit babies coming through and sharing with me that September is the month that they are going to be conceived. Now, if you're trying to get pregnant, if it's taken a little longer than you thought that it would, if you're wondering if this is ever going to happen and you've landed on this video, then your spirit baby has a message for you. If you live in the southern hemisphere like me, then your baby is connected to the energy of spring. He or she feels very fertile. There's lots of little sprouts spreading from the earth when I connect with your baby. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, your baby is connected to the energy of autumn. So I'm going to start first with the energy of spring and what this means for you. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, I'm going to move into what it means for you. So starting with spring energy and the babies arriving in the southern hemisphere in September. You have been on a big transformation. It feels like you've worked through a lot of stuff in your life and new sprouts are beginning to form. So there's a lot of fresh energy around you. Perhaps you've recently changed jobs or you've ended a relationship or friendships, or there's been some kind of change. Maybe you've moved home. There's been change around you and new beginnings are starting to sprout. This is the energy that your baby says he or she will be conceived under. And it hasn't been easy. The journey to bring this baby to earth has felt like a little bit heavy, but your baby wants you to know that this journey to conceive your baby hasn't happened to you, it's happened for you. So your baby wants you to reflect on who have you become on the journey, waiting for him or her to come forth. What has changed in your life? Really take a moment to reflect on what has changed in your life. And this is what your baby wants you to remember. You may live by a large body of water, whether it's the ocean or a lake, or you may live in an area where there's a lot of natural resources, like lots of trees, hiking, bushwalking. This baby or these group of souls are very connected to the element of air and nature. They love the feel of the wind on their skin. They love being in the water and moving their body. Moving their body is very important. So if you're someone that's a sedentary person, doesn't really like to move your body a lot, then this message probably isn't for you. But if you're someone that likes to move your body, you'd like to ride a bike, go to the gym, go bushwalking, do yoga. If you're someone that keeps very active, this is part of the reason why your baby has chosen you, because you love to move your body. And these souls require constant, perpetual motion. They're very emotive souls, very connected to their own emotions, and they hurt easily by the injustices of the world. So movement helps them to process energy and emotions. And likewise yourself, you might find yourself one of these people that you feel emotions deeply. Perhaps you're empathic and you feel the energy and the frequency of other people. Perhaps you are a bit of a loner and you like to be alone and you process energy best when you are alone or when you are out in nature moving your physical body. Your baby is calling for you to really center yourself, take a moment and allow your womb, your heart, and your soul to open. Your babies are sharing that you have created energetic armor around your heart, which can happen after a long fertility journey. I've done more than 6,000 one-to-one sessions, and what happens when we try and conceive every month and it doesn't happen, we create this disconnect between our heart and our womb, because the disappointment of not conceiving every month starts to create this disconnection. So the job for you is to begin reconnecting your heart to your womb. We're electromagnetic beings. Rub your hands together, really charge your hands up so that you can feel that magnetic pull. One hand on your heart, one hand on your womb, and really start visualizing that connection flowing again between your heart and your womb. Okay. Okay, there's a group of souls coming in now that are telling me that something is going on at work. So I'm feeling restriction here in the throat chakra. So you got some stuff going on at work? Do you need to speak to anyone about issues that you are having? Once you have this conversation, it's going to clear the energy in your throat to make way for this baby to come through. The energy of this baby is coming in like a freight train. It's like the movement and the motion of this baby coming through is very powerful, right? So make sure you're outside, moving your body, allowing the energy to flow. Are you allowing yourself to experience and express your emotions? Are you speaking what you want to be speaking? And are you comfortable with the way that your baby is coming in? For some women, they may be on an IVF journey, but it feels a little bit resistant. And for other women, they're conceiving naturally or trying to conceive naturally, and it's not happening when they want it to. So your baby's asking you to open yourself up to the path that's being presented, whether that's, conceiving naturally or whether it's going on the IVF journey. Your baby is sending you messages. It could be a flower, a particular kind of flower, or it could be an insect. I'm seeing crickets, butterflies, ladybugs, daisies, dandelions, and iguanas. That was a weird one. Iguanas is not a very common spirit baby totem, particularly for those of us in the southern hemisphere. It's more of a northern hemisphere creature, the iguana. So are you seeing any of these signs? Are you seeing repeating number patterns? 222, 333, 444. These are the signs that your baby is using to communicate with you. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, September energy of spring and fertility. If you are in the northern hemisphere and you are watching this video, your baby is connected to the energy of autumn. Now, what does that tell me? It tells me that the baby coming through is the harvest, so the reward of the journey that you've just been on. Potentially, you've been on a journey that's felt very heavy. It's felt a little bit deep. The journey's taken you inwards, so it's either your fertility journey, which has been a catalyst to awakening, or there's been some other kind of trauma or event that you've experienced that you've been processing and working through. So autumn, the energy of harvest, your baby is the fruits of your labor. So the previous work that you've done, the baby's coming through and saying, you've done everything. Now you can receive me into your womb space. These babies are very connected to the element of fire. These babies are quite fiery. They are babies that have a very strong sense of justice. They have a strong will. These little boys and girls are what I call gladiator kids. They're quite spicy. They've got these really strong will and they are somewhat defiant. So if you recognize this within your nature, then potentially one of these babies is showing you that this will be activated inside of them. This, I don't want to say naughty because it's not naughty, it's defiant. It's this strong sense of will to live life on their terms. You could live in a big populated city or you could live out in the middle of the wilderness. It doesn't matter. These children are going to be strong-willed wherever you are. What else is coming through with these babies? Okay, these boys and girls want to be conceived through love. And You might find yourself being single. Oh, not in love. How is that going to work? Let me explain. So these babies cannot be forced, coerced, or manipulated into your womb. They must be received without coercion or pressure through the energy of love. Now, that can be two people being intimate, making love, and bringing this beautiful baby in. It can be a husband and wife going through IVF, consciously choosing, lovingly choosing to go on the journey, or it can be a single mama using a donor who is lovingly choosing this journey to bring the baby to earth. If there is any resistance to the way you're bringing the baby through, it will take longer. So, the way that you're bringing your baby through, does it feel good? Does it feel expanded? And can you lean into trusting your physical body that this baby will come? This group of souls love the energy of momentum, different to the ones in the southern hemisphere. They like to move their bodies. These souls like to be on fast things. So, they like driving fast cars or being on motorbikes or anything that requires them to be on a fast moving object. These souls like to move fast, and I think that's a representation of the expansion of consciousness that these souls have. So they're coming through with a level of consciousness far beyond the ones that we were conceived under. So these souls are asking that you step up, that you become the version of yourself that he or she is coming to experience. And quite frankly, that's why it's taken so long, because this journey has been happening for you and not to you. What else are they sharing? Okay, I'm hearing the name Elizabeth, Sandy, Veronica, Michelle, and Joy. If your names is one of these names, then your baby is here today. And if I didn't call out that name, doesn't mean that your baby's not here. It's what happens when I communicate with the babies in the spirit realm is that they all come forth collectively en masse. And I hear the things that the babies say, but some speak much louder than others. And your baby is calling for you to look for the signs that he or she is communicating. All spirit babies have a totem, and it's up to you to decide or decipher what the totem is that your baby is sending you. It could be an insect, it could be a mythical creature, it could be a number, a pattern. Your baby is sending you a sign. It doesn't have to mean anything to anyone else, it just has to mean something to you. If you are in the Northern Hemisphere, your baby is landing in September. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like to know more, connect more, if you want to have a personal one-to-one reading to really connect in with your own spirit baby, I will drop the link in the description box below. May your baby land gracefully in your womb.